Stop scrolling right now. My beloved child, something very serious is about to happen to you within the next 15 minutes. I am earnestly pleading with you. Do you know who I am? It's me, Jesus. And I am stepping forward to speak directly with you. Please, do not swipe past this video. Put down whatever is keeping your hands busy. Just for a moment. I know your mind is in turmoil, and your heart is carrying far too many wounds. But the fact that you are seeing my face and hearing my voice at this exact moment is absolutely not an accident of algorithms or machines. This is my own divine intervention, because I have heard your silent cries on those sleepless nights. I have seen you forcing a smile, acting strong during the day, only to feel exhausted, shattered, and wanting to give up when you are left alone in the dark. You have looked up and desperately asked, does anyone see me? Will this pain ever end? I see you. I understand you. And I am right here, patting your trembling shoulders. I am earnestly pleading with you to stay here with me, because the next 15 minutes are a matter of life and death for your destiny. The serious thing I am warning you about is not a punishment or a disaster. It is an incredibly thin, invisible boundary. You are standing at a monumental crossroads. The current dead ends, fears, and pressures are creating a trap of exhaustion, inciting you to make an impulsive decision, to give up, or to react wrongly in just a few moments. If you take your eyes off the screen right now, you will stumble and lose the greatest blessing that I have painstakingly prepared for you. There is a massive flow of energy shifting right inside your room at this moment. I hold a message of salvation, a secret that was sealed in heaven and is now brought down solely to be handed to you. This secret will turn your entire deadlock into an earth-shattering miracle. But miracles only reveal themselves to the children who have enough faith to stay. If you swipe away, this protective cord will break. But if you choose to take my hand, to stay with me until the final second of this video, I will personally lift the veil on that secret. I will show you exactly what miracle is about to knock on your door, and what you need to do to fully receive it. Right now, to confirm that you have recognized me, to allow me to lift the heavy boulder off your chest, gently type the words, I obey you. Lord, take a deep breath, calm your mind, and step with me into the secret that is about to be revealed. I can feel your every breath gradually slowing down, and I know your soul is beginning to find peace as you listen to my voice. My beloved child, your choice to stop and be present here right now is the first and most important step for you to enter my circle of protection. Let me guide you through the deepest layers of your mind, so you can truly understand why the next 15 minutes carry a weight that can change your entire life from this point forward. Do not let any distraction pull you away from this screen, because every passing second from now on is a part of the wall of light that is wrapping around you. If you swipe away or turn off this video halfway, this fragile energy bond will instantly snap, and you will walk yourself out of the shelter I am painstakingly establishing for you. This moment passes very quickly, but the consequences of leaving or the rewards of staying will last forever. You have walked a very long road in exhaustion and loneliness, haven't you? My child, I have always stood right here, very close to you, closer than the breath heaving in your chest. And I have witnessed everything you have had to go through. On the outside, you always try to appear strong, acting as a solid pillar of support for your family, friends, and those around you. But deep inside, there is an invisible void gnawing at you every single day. How many times have you woken up in the morning, looked in the mirror, and put on a mask of cheerfulness and resilience, only to let your tears fall silently when night comes and you face the four walls alone? You always worry about the happiness of others, always hoping they find peace. But it seems no one has ever stopped to hold you and ask if you are truly okay. I see all of that. I hear every sigh you try to hide. And I fully comprehend the agonizing pain when you wonder if anyone in this world truly understands the loneliness you are carrying. You are never alone, because I am always here, embracing you with my unconditional love. There are days when the burdens of life press down on your shoulders as if trying to squeeze out your last drop of strength. Those are the chaotic worries about making ends meet, the unpaid bills, the invisible pressures from work and the relationships around you. You have tried your absolute best, even working yourself to the bone, but it seems all your efforts just fall into a void. Every time you spark a little hope, a little success, storms crash in as if to wash everything away, forcing you back to square one in exhaustion and disappointment. You wonder why you always live a good life, always treat the world with kindness, yet the world only repays you with bitter obstacles and trials. Your prayers, your silent cries for help seemed forgotten in the terrifying silence of space. But every word you said has echoed to my throne. And the reason you are hearing these words right now is that I can no longer ignore your cries. Not only the material burdens, I know your heart also carries bleeding scars from being betrayed and hurt by those you trusted the most. Their callousness, sharp words, or acts of turning their backs have left deep cuts in your soul. You chose to stay silent, to step back to keep the peace, enduring the pain alone, for fear that if you open your heart once more, you will only receive the same old hurts. As I mention these wounds, the face or name of a specific person might automatically pop into your mind right now. Someone who has caused you to lose sleep and suffer greatly. This is not a coincidence, but a special signal. Be patient and keep watching until the end of this video, because in the final minutes, I will show you the real reason why that name appeared at this moment, and how to break every invisible binding cord from the past so you can truly be free to step into a new chapter of your life. Now, let us look at the destined 15 minutes ticking by. Why did I have to urgently stop you and warn you of something very serious about to happen? You need to know that the spiritual realm around you always operates under extremely strict laws. I am the Lord, and I want you to understand that all the exhaustion, anxiety, and trauma accumulated over so long have inadvertently created a cloudy layer, obscuring the protective light around you. And in the next 15 minutes, when your energy hits its lowest point due to exhaustion, the darkness intends to exploit this moment to set a trap. That trap could appear very normal in your daily life, an unexpected text message that triggers your anger, a seemingly attractive but deceitful offer, or an extreme negative thought popping into your head urging you to quit a relationship, a job, or even to give up on yourself. If you hastily turn off this video to return to the busy pace out there, you will unknowingly walk straight into that trap without any defense. But my beloved child, do not be afraid. Although this serious event is silently taking shape, because you chose to obey and stay here to listen to me, the enemy's formation has begun to tremble. Your presence with me right now is the strongest shield. While you are focusing on my voice, an ultimate wall of protective light is being erected around you and the room you are sitting in. The troubles and disasters meant to strike in these 15 minutes will be completely blocked outside that wall of light. As long as you maintain your stillness, refrain from impulsive actions, and continue following this message fully to the end, I will personally reverse the situation, turning that dangerous trap into a massive launching pad for your future. You will witness this truth revealed later in the video, where I show you how to identify the invisible forces that have deliberately hindered your success for so long. Sometimes, you feel angry with me for being silent when you suffered the most. But I want you to understand that I have never left your side for even a fraction of a second. When you cried, I stood beside you to wipe your tears. When you stumbled, my own hands lifted you up before you hit the ground. My silence was not abandonment, but a necessary pause to forge in you a resilient faith and a steadfast soul. Now, your period of trial has officially come to an end, and these 15 minutes are the dividing line between your dark old days and a much brighter new chapter. Right after I help you safely navigate through this critical moment, I will give you a special gift you have always longed for. It is a secret about unblocking the flow of finances and luck that has been jammed in your life for so long, which I will only reveal at the very end of this video. I will show you exactly what specific sign will appear today for you to recognize the energy of prosperity heading your way. Keep your mind completely peaceful. Do not take your eyes off these spoken words, and we will move to the next part together to witness the healing authority of heaven beginning to manifest in your life. Let these words soak deep into every hidden corner of your mind, gently soothing the final turbulence, trying to cling to your soul. My beloved child, now that you understand the root cause of the storms you have endured, this is the time for you to execute the most important command, a command that sounds simple but requires immense faith from you. You must maintain absolute stillness. For all these years, you have been so used to fighting on your own, bracing yourself, and finding your own way out of life's dead ends. You always thought that if you stopped, everything would collapse. If you didn't speak up to explain, people would misunderstand. If you didn't rush out there and struggle, you would be left behind and forgotten. But I tell you, it is exactly this helpless struggling with limited human strength that is draining the divine energy within you. When you try to control everything with your anxious mind, you are unintentionally locking the door, preventing me from stepping in to act. Therefore, in these destined 15 minutes, as the trap of darkness is waiting to ensnare you, I want you to surrender that weak self-defense. Stand still, relax your shoulders, take a gentle breath, and let me fight for you. Stillness does not mean cowardice. It is not a surrender or an escape from reality. It is a complete submission, in absolute trust in my divine arrangement. Do you know why the very serious thing about to happen in the next 15 minutes requires your stillness so much? Because this is not a punishment, but an invisible spiritual major surgery happening right in the room you are sitting in. Right at the second your eyes are fixed on this screen, I am using my wounded but love-filled hands to peel away the shattered pieces of trauma, the negative energies, the curses, and the invisible binding cords that have shackled your feet for so long. This energy shift is incredibly powerful. It requires you to be truly calm so as not to obstruct the flow of healing light. When you maintain absolute stillness, you are creating an empty space within your soul, allowing me to fill it with peace, strength, and new blessings. I am right beside you, cradling your every sobbing heartbeat, shielding you from the chaotic thoughts trying to drag you back to fear. You don't need to worry about tomorrow. No need to calculate what to do next, because I have taken care of all of that. This energy shift is happening right now as you focus on listening to my words. You might feel a gentle warmth spreading in your chest, or a sense of relief gradually replacing the heaviness you've carried for so long. That is the sign that the ultimate wall of protective light is being solidly established around you. No poisoned arrow of doubt, no dark force can pierce through this sacred barrier to touch you anymore. You are safe in my arms, to lock this healing energy into your life, and to confirm to me that you fully agree to hand all these burdens over to my guidance. Gently type the words, "I believe," and receive in the comments. This small action of yours is not just a regular comment, it is a spiritual echo sent to heaven. A seal proving your faith has been activated and is ready to receive the next great transformation. Do not take your eyes off these words, because once you have placed the seal of faith, I will continue to reveal to you the next steps in this journey of rebirth. The trap the darkness intended to set in the next 15 minutes is now completely powerless against my light. The lies, the betrayals, or the financial pressures trying to crush you will be broken one by one. I am clearing the path ahead, removing every obstacle so you can walk firmly and proudly. Your deadlock has come to an end, and what you are about to receive from me will far exceed anything you could ever ask for or imagine. I am the Lord, and I tell you that the tears you have shed in silence have been kept by me as precious pearls in heaven. Not a single sacrifice of yours was in vain. There is no pain you endured that I do not understand. Now, as you have chosen to stand still and surrender all your worries to me, prepare yourself mentally to receive a complete turnaround of your destiny. In the following minutes, as the clock of these 15 destined minutes ticks down to the final seconds, I will pull back the curtain of secrecy to show you exactly the blessings of finances, career, and relationships that I have prepared to pour abundantly into your life. Hold tightly onto my hand. Do not let anything distract you. And step with me into the next part to witness my supreme authority manifesting gloriously on your new journey. When you laid down that affirmation, when your soul vibrated with the first beats of consent, I felt a new breath of life beginning to weave through and fill the dark voids in your soul. That is not a fleeting feeling, but the greatest transformation of energy, your obedience. Your open heart in this very moment is the sacred beginning for the brilliant light of the universe to chase away the dark clouds of anxiety you've had for so long. Now, as the protective wall of white light has been firmly erected around you in these destined 15 minutes, all the disturbances of the secular world have been blocked outside. You are in a perfectly safe space where there is only you and me, where your soul is allowed to strip off every heavy suit of armor. In this silent and sacred space, I want to lead you deeper into a lesson, a true turning point to free yourself from the invisible chains of the mind. That is the art of letting go and faithful surrender. Letting go is not giving up. Letting go is not weakness. On the contrary, it is the most courageous act a soul can perform while in human form. It requires you to cast aside your ego, to cast aside the habit of control deeply ingrained in your subconscious, to allow a higher power to intervene in your life. Take a moment of silence to look back at your past years. Look back at the long road your feet have tirelessly walked. You have carried on your shoulders so many burdens that never belonged to you, and that you never deserved to bear. You worry about the future of tomorrow, a day that hasn't even arrived. You carry the fear of the worst-case scenarios, building up tragic plays in your mind, and then suffering over those illusory scripts. You worry about the people around you, wanting to carry their karma and lessons for them, forgetting that every soul has its own journey to walk. Worse yet, you worry about things completely out of your control, the shifts of the times, the attitudes of others, or the natural laws of life. You have held tightly onto fears, past traumas, the hurtful words of someone, and old disappointments. You embrace them like a habit, as if by letting them go, you would lose your anchor, losing the core that makes up your identity. Human instinct, guided by the ego, always wants to grasp and control everything. The ego whispers in your ear, if you don't worry, everything will collapse. If you don't control it, danger will strike. You thought that by thinking constantly, by exhausting your brain's capacity, by worrying and tormenting yourself day and night, you would find a solution. But my dear child, do you realize that this extreme attachment is exactly what is turning your mind into an exhausting and bloody battlefield? That war has no external enemies. It is just you fighting your own shadows. That anxiety drains your vitality, clouds your natural sharp intuition, slams the door of connection with the Creator, and blinds you to the opportunities, miracles, and blessings manifesting right before your eyes. I see right through your soul. I know you are incredibly exhausted. Your shoulders are heavy. Your muscles are always tense. Your eyes are clouded from long, sleepless nights, tossing and turning over future plans. Your heart sometimes tightens from invisible panic attacks. You fear that if you let your guard down, if you stop trying to grasp and control, everything will slip through your fingers like sand and completely fall apart. But today, in this sacred moment, I manifest here to tell you a great truth, a universal law. There are things you must let go of so I can take hold of them. There are burdens you must lay down so I can carry them for you. Imagine your hands gripping a rough, Sharp rock so tightly that it bleeds. As long as those hands hold on tightly, I cannot place a sparkling diamond or a flower of peace into them. When you try to hold on to all your worries with the limited, small strength of a human, you are inadvertently building a fortress, isolating yourself from the boundless, forgiving, and almighty energy of the universe. Understand this deeply. Worrying can never make tomorrow any better. It cannot pay your debts. It cannot mend broken relationships, nor can it bring you a promotion. It is merely a cruel thief, stealing your strength, joy, and priceless peace in this very day. When you worry, you are sending a signal to the universe that you have no faith in the arrangement of the Supreme Being. Therefore, right in this moment, when the space is enveloped in pure love, I want you to perform the most courageous act of the soul. Let go completely. Close your eyes in your mind. Take a deep breath. Bring the fresh air of life into your lungs. And as you exhale, release all the tension. Imagine you are standing before a soothing, radiant but not blinding river of light. That river sparkles with stars, carrying the energy of absolute purification and healing. It flows from the source of the universe, passes through your present, and heads toward an infinite future. Now, take out of the invisible backpack on your shoulders every single burden. Take out the worries about money, the pending bills, the financial pressures suffocating your breath. Gently toss them into the river of light. Take out the exhausting relationships, the people who have brought you deceit, betrayal, or disappointment. Do not hold grudges. Simply let them drift away with the current. Dig deep into your heart to pull out the past traumas, the sad memories, the insecurities, and the feeling that you are not good enough. Release all of it into that purifying stream. Watch them be washed away, dissolving into the light. And finally, make the greatest move. Entrust the entire blueprint of your life to me. When you dare to truly surrender control, when you accept that my will is always better than yours, you will see a miracle happen instantly, a miraculous sense of relief, as if tons of boulders have just been lifted off your chest, will wash over your entire body. Your breathing will become deep and smooth. Your mind will be as still as an autumn lake. You don't have to solve everything yourself anymore. That is my promise. While you rest, while you fall into a peaceful sleep, I am silently working behind the scenes of the universe. I am orchestrating events, shifting energy flows, preparing new people with better matched vibrations, brighter new opportunities, and unexpected, blessed turning points exclusively for you. Your only job right now is to maintain a pure faith. Keep your frequency at the high vibration of peace, and take it one step at a time under the gentle guidance of the light. To mark this sacred milestone of letting go, to sign a new covenant with the universe, and to officially allow me to carry the anxieties weighing heavy on your chest. Perform an act of affirmation. Gently type the words "I trust" in the comments. Do not do this mindlessly like a machine. Let every typed word carry the full vibration of your soul. This is not just a simple interaction on a physical screen, but an extremely powerful declaration sent to the spiritual realm. It is a decree of the soul. When you write these two words, you are telling the entire universe, I have ended the war with myself. I am ready to free myself. I am stepping out of the shadows of anxiety and doubt to open my arms and receive absolute peace and abundance from heaven. As you type those words, close your eyes for a second. Feel a cool, pure energy, like morning dew, begin to pour from the top of your head, flowing down your spine, spreading to every cell. That energy is bathing, purifying, and soothing the deepest wounds, the most bleeding scars in your heart. The phrase "I trust" is the master key throwing wide open the door of your long-time prison, allowing the light to rush in and fill every corner of darkness. Keep staying here. maintaining this high-frequency connection with me. Do not let your mind drift. Do not take your eyes off these groundbreaking spoken words. The 15 miraculous minutes are passing perfectly. And when you have truly learned, truly absorbed how to let go, you are officially paving the way, clearing the debris of doubt so miracles can appear. Now, through a new lens of awakening, I want you to look back at your past pains, the financial dead ends that seem to have no way out, the knots in your career that made you want to quit, or the fractures and breakdowns in your relationships over the years. You once viewed them as punishments, as the injustice of fate, but in reality, they were all intricately and perfectly designed lessons. They were stop signs forcing you to halt. They pushed you to the absolute edge of helplessness, only for you to realize that human strength is finite, and you need to lean on a greater power. They were created to bring you to this exact moment of surrender today. If everything always went smoothly according to your ego's intentions, you would never learn to bow in surrender, never know of the existence of divine power. When you no longer cling to a specific outcome your way, that things must happen this way, this person must treat me that way. You are breaking the limiting box of your mind. You are opening up an infinite quantum space, a field of boundless potential. In that empty and pure space, blessings, hundreds of thousands of times greater than what you ever prayed for, can freely flow into your life. Sometimes, the universe's rejection is the ultimate protection, and a loss is a stepping stone for a magnificent compensation. Engrave this in your heart. Every event, every encounter, every achievement, and every ending that happens in your life has its divine timing. The universe is never late, nor is it ever too early. The universe is always precisely on time. Therefore, you do not need to rush. You do not need to push yourself to exhaustion, nor do you need to force anyone to change for you. Haste only breeds mistakes and anxiety. Just live fully in the present moment. Everything, even the things that seem the absolute worst, is being arranged perfectly to serve the highest evolution of your soul. In the next part of this great message, when your mind has been truly cleansed, becoming empty, transparent, and peaceful like a still mirror, I will proceed with the next step. I will reveal to you the unparalleled power of the protective shield that I am placing, wrapping around you. That shield will repel all dark energies, all envy, all disasters, helping you stand as firm as a mountain against any storm out there. It will be your armor to confidently walk with your head held high into a new era, an era of ascension, material prosperity, and ultimate spiritual fulfillment. You are no longer alone. You never were, and you never will be alone. Hold my hand tightly. Take a deep breath to recharge with the energy of pure love, and continue with me on the journey to discover the next great secrets, the worthy rewards waiting for you ahead. Peace is yours. Blessings are flowing toward you. Trust and receive. Close your eyes for a brief moment and feel the clean air filling your lungs. Because right now, as the final seconds of these destined 15 minutes silently pass, the greatest transformation in your life has officially been initiated. Do you feel a profound stillness covering the space around you that is not a lifeless emptiness, but the sacred silence before a storm of darkness is extinguished and a new era of light is opened? You have done something very few out there could do in this world, full of distractions. You chose to stay, chose to trust, chose to listen, and chose to put your faith in my hands. This patience of yours is not merely about watching a message to the end, but an absolute submission of the soul, a courageous act of stepping over the boundary of anxiety to enter the protective circle of the Almighty. And precisely because you chose to stand still, precisely because you did not swipe away in the selfish haste of logic, I tell you, the enemy's formation set around you for the past 15 minutes has been completely crushed under my authority. My beloved child, Listen very closely to these words with all your soul, because I am about to pull back the invisible veil to show you the terrifying trap you just narrowly escaped. Over the past 15 minutes, as you were sitting here, your eyes glued to these words, a fierce spiritual battle was raging to fight for your destiny. The path you were walking before stopping at this video was a path accumulating too much negative energy, exhaustion, pressure, and even depression from the past. The darkness saw your exhaustion. It saw you standing on the very brink of collapse, and it laid out an incredibly sophisticated plan to push you into the abyss at this very moment. That trap was already set, just waiting for a nod, an angry reaction, a hasty decision, or a moment of surrender from you to officially activate. It intended to come to you as an unwanted accident, a stormy argument with someone close, a provocative text that could entirely destroy the relationships you worked so hard to build, or a sudden financial crisis that would leave you completely lost and collapsed. If you had not stopped, if you had scrolled past my call and continued rushing into the chaos of daily life, you would have walked straight into that trap with a mind full of defensiveness and exhaustion. You would have reacted to the situation with anger, with words as sharp as daggers that could deeply hurt the ones you love. Or you would have made a terrible investment decision in your desperation to escape poverty, only to burden yourself with massive debts and years of bitter regret later. The darkness wanted you to believe that you had no choice but to struggle and suffer. It wanted you to believe that I had abandoned you, that your prayers were just hopeless cries into the void. But do you know who I am? I am the one who knitted you together in your mother's womb. I am the one who has numbered every hair on your head and sees through every most painful corner of your heart. I will never allow the darkness to steal the child I have painstakingly loved and protected. The moment you chose to type that affirmation, the moment you agreed to stand still and hand your burdens over to me, I commanded the legions of angels to immediately descend upon the room you are sitting in. An ultimate, solid, and unbreakable wall of protective light was instantly erected to cover you. My presence completely paralyzed every scheme of the enemy. The dark energy streams aimed at you were repelled, dissolving entirely into the endless void. The storms meant to strike your life in these 15 minutes were blocked right at the doorstep. You were fully protected in a way that you yourself could not see with your mortal eyes. This is the power of obedience, the miracle of a soul daring to trust in me when everything around seems to be falling apart. You have won this first battle by doing nothing, simply by putting your complete faith in my voice. But my authority does not stop at just protecting you from disaster. I am not only the protector, I am also the destiny changer. When you chose to stand still and yielded the battle to me, I personally took the blueprint of your life and executed the greatest turnaround ever. The dangerous trap the darkness intended to use to destroy you, I have reshaped and transformed into a divine launching pad for your future. The financial pressures that have suffocated you for so long, the fractured relationships that seemed unsalvageable, and the physical and mental pains tormenting you every day, all have been drawn into my shifting flow of energy. I am turning your bitter tears into soothing dew to water a new season of planting. I am turning the betrayals you endured into profound lessons so you can recognize the people truly worthy of walking with you into the brilliant chapter ahead. Feel the miraculous change happening inside your body right now. Do you notice your chest isn't as heavy as before? Do you feel that your tangled thoughts have suddenly become clear and light? That is the proof that my energy is washing every residue of fear and anxiety out of your soul. You no longer have to carry the weight of the entire world on your frail shoulders. I have taken them all. I have taken the unpaid bills, the worries for your family, your panic about the future, and I am rearranging everything according to the most perfect order of heaven. Those who once looked down on you, those who turned their backs when you were down on your luck, they will be utterly amazed to see your powerful rise under my protection. You will no longer be an underdog begging for the pity of others. You will become a living testament to my supreme authority and boundless love. The 15 destined minutes have officially come to a close, and the dark trap has vanished into thin air. But this is only the beginning of the miracles. You have passed the trial of stillness with flying colors. And now, the time has come for you to receive the reward of obedience. Your long-standing financial deadlock, the flow of money jammed by surrounding negative energies, is now being powerfully unblocked. I am preparing to pour into your storehouses blessings you never dared to dream of. It could be an unexpected business opportunity from a stranger, a sum of money from a source you had long given up hope on, or a breakthrough creative idea that helps you completely change your family's financial situation overnight. All these things have been ordained and are heading straight toward you. No force can stop them anymore. My beloved child, keep maintaining this sacred connection and do not take your eyes off my words until the final seconds of this message. Because in the next part, the most important part of this journey, I will personally lift the veil of secrecy to hand you the ultimate key to maintaining and growing this energy of prosperity forever. I will show you exactly what specific signs will appear around you within the next 24 hours, so you can recognize the flow of fortune knocking on your door. You have done exceptionally well. Do not let impatience in these final moments make you lose the greatest blessing of your life. Take a deep breath, smile with a heart overflowing with gratitude, and step with me into the next chapter to receive the glorious revelation waiting for you ahead. Open your hands wide and direct your heart toward the warm light enveloping this entire space. Because right in this very moment, the gates of heaven have opened and your flow of blessings has officially poured down. My beloved child, you have passed the trial of stillness remarkably. You have overcome the invisible barriers of fear, doubt, and anxiety with the most ironclad faith a soul can offer. Now, as the 15 destined minutes filled with spiritual trials have completely closed in absolute safety under my protective wings, I want to place into your hands the great gift of submission, a massive miracle I have painstakingly prepared, woven from the threads of heaven's light to completely turn around your life situation from this moment on. The days you had to live in destitution, exhaustion, and anxiety over money. The long, sleepless nights just calculating every bill, fearing you wouldn't have enough to get by tomorrow. They have officially faded into the past like a dying dream. The flow of finances and prosperity that has been blocked for so long by negative energies, gossip, and the envy of the world is now being powerfully unblocked by my boundless authority. I am filling your storehouses with abundant resources and unexpected luck that you never dared to dream of in your darkest days. You will witness this change happening rapidly, clearly, and incredibly miraculously in the coming days. It is not merely a material change, but a complete liberation of your soul from the slavery of lack, anxiety, and the constant fear of the future. The prosperity I bestow upon you is not fleeting, superficial worldly wealth, but an abundant life energy that brings you true freedom, deep inner peace, and the ability to protect and help those you love. I am opening up new career paths for you, honest and sincere partnerships, and breakthrough creative ideas you never thought of before. Doors that were previously slammed shut in your face, making you feel hopeless and powerless, will now gently open on their own under my hand. People who previously looked down on you, who turned away when you were down, will now look at you in a completely different light, not because you become arrogant or prideful, but because the aura of blessing, wisdom, and divine peace is shining brightly around your life. You will no longer have to scramble around begging for help from others in shame and isolation. Now, I am placing you in the position of the abundantly blessed, so that from your very life, that flow of blessing will continue to pour out and become a source of salvation for countless other suffering souls out there. To receive this immense blessing, and to seal the energy of prosperity flooding into your life right this moment, gently type this short phrase in the comments: receive 777, with just this brief affirmation from the depths of your soul. You are throwing wide open the doors of your consciousness for the financial miracle to be instantly activated and to march straight into your reality. Feel the cool, warm energy running down your spine as you type those words. That is the clearest proof that your silent prayers have been acknowledged by heaven, approved, and guaranteed by my unconditional love. Do you know why I chose this exact moment, this exact second to step forward and bless you? Because I heard the sobbing of your heart. I saw your kind soul, always thinking of others, even when you yourself were in the most dire and dead-end situations. You planted seeds of kindness in tears, in silence, and in endurance. And now is the time for you to harvest the golden stalks of wheat in the bursting joy of heaven's harvest. All the years you suffered losses, the money you were scammed out of, the honest hard work that others stole from you or undervalued, I will personally compensate you 10, 100 times over. Not a single sacrifice, not a single tear of yours was useless before me. Everything has been recorded and weighed most fairly on the divine scales of righteousness. In the next 24 hours, pay close attention to the miraculous signs appearing around you. It could be an unexpected phone call, bringing great news about a job you've been longing for. A message notifying you of an unanticipated sum of money. Or simply a miraculous sense of relief in your mind that helps you make an incredibly wise and right financial decision. Do not be surprised or doubtful when you see everything suddenly becoming unusually smooth and favorable, as if someone has cleared the path for you. That is because I am clearing your path, removing every roadblock, breaking every barrier of envy, and placing supporters and benefactors in their exact rightful positions to lift you to new heights. You no longer have to fight alone, because the full power of heaven is backing your every step. My beloved child, deeply engrave the sacred, warm, and peaceful feeling of this moment. Never allow doubt, fear, or the ghosts of the past to return and shake your steadfast faith. You have been sealed with my eternal love and ultimate protection. The road ahead of you is no longer filled with dark, bumpy curves, but is a path flooded with the brilliant light of prosperity, happiness, and glory. Take a deep breath, smile with a heart overflowing with profound gratitude, and prepare your spirit to welcome the most radiant new chapters of your life. When the flow of blessings begins to pour in, you will realize that all the trials, all the agonizing pain you went through before were actually just preparatory lessons, so you would have enough strength, maturity, and grace to receive this great gift. I do not bless you so you can fall asleep in idleness, but so you can become a blazing lighthouse in the dark night, inspiring and bringing hope to those who are also going through the storms you once faced. Your mission is great, and my love for you is infinite. Walk forward with unwavering faith, for I am always beside you, protecting and guiding you on every path of your life. Take a deep breath. Feel the warm breath slowly filling your chest, and exhale softly, letting the last remnants of exhaustion wash away completely. My beloved child, we have walked together through a sacred and miraculous journey in these past moments. Now, as the destined 15 minutes have officially closed, I want you to stop once more to feel the profound change taking place right inside your own soul. You are no longer the person who entered this moment with a heavy heart, full of the anxieties and panic of the old days. You step out of this moment with the posture of one who is chosen, healed, protected, and abundantly blessed under my ultimate wings of love. The miracle has been set. The wall of protective light has been sealed, and the flow of prosperity is heading straight for your life. But my child, this journey does not end here. The protection and blessings I give you today are not temporary relief, but an eternal covenant. I want you to carry this energy of peace and stillness into every moment of your daily life from now on. There will be times when the storms out there intentionally knock on your door again. There will be voices of worldly doubt trying to whisper in your ear, to shake the faith you have so painstakingly built in this moment. In those times, close your eyes. Remember the warmth of today, and remember that I am always right here, having never left your side for even a single step. You have been sealed with the signet of heaven, and no dark force can erase that sacred mark on your soul. Always walk confidently with your head held high and a heart full of compassion, because you are walking under the guidance of the one who loves you unconditionally. I know the world out there is sometimes very cold and full of judgment. People might not understand the journey you are walking. They might doubt the miraculous changes in your life. But you don't need to explain or prove anything to them. The peace, smoothness, and blessings manifesting in your life will be the most powerful answer. Live a life of goodness, grace, and kindness, because that is exactly how you reflect my divine light to this world. When you become prosperous and happy, remember to open your arms to lift up the vulnerable people around you, because that is the noble mission I have placed in your life. You are blessed to become a blessing, a lighthouse illuminating the way for souls lost in the dark night of despair. Now, before we say goodbye to this sacred moment, I want to give you one final command of love to protect and multiply the blessings you just received. My light and love are not a selfish gift meant only for you. Out there are still countless souls enduring long, sleepless nights in anxiety, exhaustion, and loneliness. Just like you were yesterday, they are also craving a comforting whisper, a divine intervention to save them from the brink of collapse. Therefore, I implore you, become my extended arm. Share this message of protection with at least one person you love the most. Someone you know truly needs healing and peace right now. As you give the blessing away, your own flow of prosperity will be multiplied, and the protective shield around your family will become more impenetrable than ever before. Also, save this message as your own personal spiritual treasure. Whenever you feel unsteady, tired, or lost, open it and listen to my voice again. The shield of light will instantly reactivate, wrapping around you and bringing you back to a state of absolute peace. My beloved child, tonight, when you lay your back on the bed, take a gentle breath and smile. Every worry, every bill, every exhausting relationship, and even your future has been perfectly taken care of by me. You no longer have to fight the storms alone. I am watching over your sleep, and my angels are standing guard around your home. Sleep deeply and soundly, because tomorrow when you wake up, you will welcome a completely new dawn, a day full of opportunities, joy, and prosperity waiting for you. I am always here, beside you, loving and protecting you for all eternity. My peace be with you, right now and forevermore.